What's up, Tom?
Today, right? Fighting the police because they're
Yeah.
corrupt. Why was he on the phone to the people that bombed you?
Because of one simple fact, my man. There were APCs, and the only ones that can take them out are gonna be the ones that bombed them. No other reason that I might know.
I got blood on my hands.
Are you feeling regrets?
Fought for you all because you deserve your freedom. Given what this government is doing to you, given what you have been through. The lack of conviction is terrifying. People I wanted to fight for and get justice for, I'm on the same side as cannibals. What am I?
Well, it's not cannibalism you're fighting for, is it?
I understand what the law did. When the law loses strength, and you were all very strong in New Babylon, the law loses its fairness, and they were unfair and unkind. They wanted to put the fear of God into you to make you obedient. And the government, I looked around there, and I had to deface myself for a while, get materials in. I had to follow the deputy warden. Her whole plan was to do this. They demanded blind loyalty to me. I think whenever I think it was too much to ask.
Blind loyalty?
Yeah. And Mr. Knight, I confided in him many times on how we should conduct ourselves as DOC given the situations. Ever since I escorted you on that military convoy on my first days. But an authoritative figure like that who can't take criticism and boasts about ego and puts it on others, he's grown weak. I followed that warden honorably, dutifully, swore an oath to him. But he wasn't fit for leadership.
What was this oath that you swore?
To do good, to do right, no matter what cause rhyme nor reason. To be the man in the middle to say no. What you're doing is wrong. One thing led to another. And I'm getting Molotovs pushed in my hands. And I have people that would eat human flesh. People who have called me inhuman. Look upon me now with glee. And trust. Trust. This is what it was all for. You know more than most. Out of all those smoke breaks I had, with everyone getting their side, understanding how they felt. What changed for you? What finally convinced you that you were doing the right thing? The way things were done weren't right.
That is a very interesting question, Tom. I legitimately believed that the way I was comporting myself and going about things prior to last Wednesday was the right way to do things. Do I agree with everything that happened today? Not particularly. Do I agree with some of the lot that we have thrown ourselves in with? Not particularly. But for far too long, I've tried the passive method of solving things. And when there is a bulldozer roaring its way towards you, sometimes patience isn't the best way to deal with that conundrum. I think it would be perhaps an insult to you for me to say that I know how you feel. But I understand. Because you want to do the right thing. You want to rectify the wrongs in the world. But I'll ask you this, Tom. How many times have you tried to utilize what you think is the logical, correct solution on how to deal with things the right way, and have found that you either come across endless roadblocks or simply fail outright?
Multiple.
Hmm.
At the hands of you all. I realize that you're all just like me. But the irony is that I keep trying with you and it never works. And you keep trying with the government. Has it ever worked?
I will say I'm regretful. At least with what I was hoping to achieve, it was not supposed to end up like this. With people like you getting hurt. and drug into this whole mess. But my honest opinion, Tom, I now see that if it's not through Cleveland, some other matter would have brought you to this point, I think. Want to know why I think that?
Why?
Because unlike the majority of people here in San Andreas, you, at least not as of yet, are unaffected by the disease that has taken hold of everyone here. It's a disease called apathy. And it is so contagious. Simply by virtue of giving a damn. You didn't follow the rest of the herd, and you did what you thought was just. And whether it be by virtue of karmic justice or divine retribution, I hope your efforts pay off. Because I am certain, regardless of how many kindly conversations you have had with Brian Knight, he will not be so amiable with you in the future. I'm certain you already know that.
Only ever had kind conversations with him. Funny enough.
I as well. Well, excepting one. He
I
definitely
suppose
has a
every
reputation.
day, suppose every day, a bit like myself, a man wakes up, and probably a bit like you, and they choose what sort of man they're going to be. I suppose Brian does the same. I now realize that the easy choice, you know, it rarely looks like the right one. They rarely look the same. My oath to that man was justice. Serve and protect.
That's right.
Right?
Does he look like an airline pilot?
Not
The fuck are my
cruelty.
clothes?
Oh.
You guys all right back here?
Quite dandy, indeed. How about yourself?
I was just saying, he's just like fucking staring you down right there, like Jesus Christ.
Just having a small debrief.
All right.
Fanciful conversation about ethics and morals, the like. I'm certain you know.
Yeah.
Have those conversations, my man. Ever think about what just happened today?
Tried it.
Do I think about it?
Yeah.
What happened today? I think what happened today was inevitable.
What happened? Why?
What do you mean, brother?
What did you see? What did you go through?
I don't like the way you're stancing me up right now, brother.
Because I'm turning slow. I'm
Well, I
sorry.
mean, to be honest,
I just can't
think
get
a lot of
smell burnt
people-
hair out of my nose.
You're all right.
And I haven't stopped gripping this gun ever since the bombs dropped.
Well, I mean, we had to do what we had to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there was any other way. Like, if we'd done nothing, we just sat here in prison until what? Court case? And all get life? You know what I mean? We already lost everything. So what else is there to lose? Fucking nothing to lose. The only thing to lose is our life. What kind of fucking life is sitting in a prison? So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited we're building. Now, will it stay? Who fucking knows, right? I don't know. I just can't believe some people left. To be honest.
That makes a lot more sense to me. That moral quandary. Deciding what to do with your life.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you guys back to your meeting.
That's why I still think what you were doing. When you all first came in here, with your Shia loads, and even your tarot cards. What you're doing is righteous. You know, the right thing, righteous. To have a life, not be shackled. And what the government's done to you. You don't need lies and fear and prophecies and folk tales. None of that convinced me today. You know what actually convinced me? Everyone's trying to work an angle. I take a bullet when I get shot. Something awfully defined and all that, isn't it?
I suppose there's nothing more definitive for many folks. You asked me if we did the right thing today. Not my honest answer.
Yeah.
In spirit? Yes. In execution? No.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm realizing. I suppose you'd rather be called a traitor than a coward, right?
In what manner?
Betraying one's values in the pursuit of what's right, or oaths he swore, in my regard, in pursuit of what's right. I'll be branded as a traitor. I'll never work again. But I guess I'd rather be called that than to cower in the fray.
Well, I suppose it matters whether you value other people's perspectives of what you are doing versus your own personal convictions. You did this because you believe it's the right thing, yes?
I do.
Then no one can truly call you a traitor. Sure, you'll be labeled as such. But any person in full possession of their faculties, I don't think can reasonably look at a man like that and call him a traitor. Like the true betrayal is standing idly by, while an injustice is happening. So I suppose I agree. It is far worse to be a coward. At least a traitor believes in something.
I guess it's not what you believe in, it's what you do with it, right? What you do in its name.
That is very true. That is very true.
I went around asking people when I was trying to really understand people. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you, you know, to be better tomorrow than you were today. You know, in hopes for a better tomorrow. Do you think tomorrow will be any better?
I don't know if I would say better, but it'll be harder. The road that has been chosen here is not an easy one.
I believe any DOC that abandon their oath and join the side are lack knowledge. So I'm taking up the mantle of representing that side of turncoats.
Mm.
So I want to be a part of that constitution. I want to write it in stone for anyone in this situation, for people like you and the rest to look at it. The question honor and dignity and what that means. And maybe install it back in people. But let me be honest. Did people give a fuck when you writ your stone tablets?
Asking me if people gave a fuck?
Yeah. All that religious. Shy alludes. Did they give a fuck?
I'll say the religious aspect. Most certainly. The codex, the rules, the guidelines. You can show someone 12 ways how to properly put on a pair of pants. And it is on them to be able to do it properly. There are some people here that will simply put them on backwards or only put on one leg or wear them inside out simply because they can. Time and time again during my time in Babylon, I would beg. I would beg people, Tom, to take the less violent option. To not seek out chaos, to not go out of their way to harm people simply because it made them feel free. Telling people to do something is different from them wanting to do it.
So you think this new, more violent version may be the solve? That in the end, violence begets violence. And if you really want something done, you gotta hammer it in.
You know what, Tom? I desperately wish that was not the case. Right? Fighting fire with fire, violence begetting violence.
You know, it's a tale as old as time. Country was founded on it. Countries in other places in the world were founded on it. You go back 400, 500, 600,000. War, conflict, agendas. Or maybe I was a fool to think that people could change. You know what I hope? I hope that Cleveland has a little bit different to what you all previously had. What you previously had seemed it could never survive a simple question. Smothered with ideas and rituals. Maybe seeking justice and putting a gun in one's hand will make it all a lot more simpler.
I think for some it does, because that is the only way the world has ever made sense to them.
You gonna try?
Try?
Yeah. The new regime. You gonna try and play your part in it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? The door was open. I could have walked out at any time.
Yeah, but like you have before, right? Of your own making. And then the situation with Babylon. One could not discourage the worth ethic, that's for damn sure. You gonna do the same here?
I think with the vision of what Cleveland will become, my particular skill set won't be particularly necessary. I've had
And
my
what's that?
chance. You called it out yourself. Don't need someone to converse with someone to convince them of something. You can get it done a whole lot faster with a gun in your hand.
And what? These conversations have to end with the enemy? Sure, I get it. I'm talking about within. You know, the day you stop questioning your leaders is probably the day you belong to them. You don't strike me as someone who will belong to someone. I don't plan to. So maybe your skill set may be still required, but instead of questioning the enemies and the people at the wall, maybe you might have to question your own people.
I suppose that is something to consider.